Well, that's going to make a nice profile picture. I hope everybody's awake, and I just need 10 minutes of your time, so open up those sleepy eyes, please. Before I start the speech that critics such as my mother are calling the greatest speech of all time, I wanted to assure all the family members of my fellow students that I am not 40 years old, and I am indeed a member of this graduating class. Another thing, Mitchell Merrilies personally asked me to wrap this thing up quickly so that he can go home and watch Game 7 of the Spurs and Heat series. Well, it's over, but sorry, but you can watch LeBron why never have any day. You only get to watch the movie Valedictorian. Also, I need to note that I was very nervous about writing this speech. I procrastinated this thing like a History 12 package. After surfing the internet for a few hours though, calming my nerves, and then subsequently deleting that internet history, sorry, Mom. I just started to write. It was then that things really came to their own fruition. In Writing 12 this year, we learned how to write one-act plays, or scripts if you prefer. I bring this up because to me, each and every one of us is a script. Now I'm not suggesting you are anything like my Broadway-winning play, The 100-Acre Hood, starring Winnie the Pooh and Tigger as Tarantino-esque gangsters. I am suggesting, though, that we all have a beginning, a middle, and an end. A setting, a theme, a soundtrack. And while you might not have a boom mic operator and a camera crew following you all day, you most definitely are the writer of your script. Allow me to make a quick correction there, as I'm pretty sure Dowsty actually does have a full-fledged camera crew on here 24/7. The beginning of your tale, of course, starts when the title credits roll up and the camera pans to you as a sperm connecting with an egg. Then something else happens. I didn't really pay attention in Bio 12, but I know 9 months later you're coming out of that womb, gasping for air and looking for something to suckle on. After that, the scene changes, and you go from age 1 to age 2, 2 to age 3, 3 to age 4, and 4 to age 5. Yes, Sutherland math teachers, I actually can count. Thank you for all the C's. It's here in your script that you begin your esteemed careers in the public school forum. I know parents, after looking at some of these kids' test scores, you wish you had gone to the private sector. But trust me, you made the right choice. These kids will actually be able to talk to one another for 5 minutes without bringing up the amount of money mommy and daddy put in their trust fund this week, or whose nanny was caught stealing again in the British properties. At the tender age of 5, you are now entering a setting where sharing is caring, sitting is done in some government-approved crisscross applesauce format, and pencils are bigger than certain male appendages could possibly ever be. It is at this stage of our lives where we learn to make friends, write, spell, draw, and if we like girls and whether they had cooties or not. Well, some of us are still learning about whether or not we like girls, but there's nothing wrong with that, and we'll probably figure it out at college. Right, guys? Right? We ate paste, played grounders, and ate more paste. We sang chicken noodle soup with rice, and we sang it once and we sang it twice. It is here we began the molds of who we are to this very day. This is where we experienced our first graduation and major change in our lives. Fade away from kindergarten, and we are now beginning our first steps into full school days. Sure, we had recess and lunch, but it never really could fill the void that getting home at noon and watching Dragon Tales did. It was at this point in our scripts where new challenges and opportunities were presented to us on a daily basis. New classes were offered to us like French, and LAC was also offered to us so we wouldn't have to take classes like French. Math progressed to having write-in textbooks to long division and whatever that really is. Teaching developed from sing-alongs to actual teaching. Fair-teach fairs came and went, and for the first time we finally began to tap into our musical prowess with the presence of recorders and xylophones. How we didn't all go deaf from this, I'll never understand. Some of you decided to write band into your life, others decided to keep the ridicule of being called a band geek out of your life. Smart choice. Testes dropped for the gentlemen here today, and boobs popped for the girls and some of the gentlemen here today. Deodorant became a main buy at the ages of 11 and 12, although for me personally, I was dealing with the struggles of puberty in grade 3. Social responsibility was introduced to us for the first time, but really we were all too focused on preventing the next acne outbreak rather than being contributing members of society. As we got into the older grades, we would still play on the slides and swings, but we were less audible, as the potential voice cracks were just too much ridicule for one to bear. I like that, that's good. This part of our life also ended with the graduation, and the same prospects that were there after your kindergarten graduation. It is here we further shaped our molds and started to find out new and interesting things about ourselves. We were about to embark on the middle part of our scripts, and it was both filled with sweat-inducing terror and excitement. The next scene reads, Enter High School. The setting was shiny and new, and soon after our entrance, we got a new principal whose head was quite shiny. We were dwarves among giants. Easy there, Sully, I'm not going on a Lord of the Rings tangent, okay? We quickly learned to adapt to the semester system and the workload that came with it. But I think I can safely speak for us all when I say the biggest adaptation of our first year at Sutherland was the indescribably cramped grade 8 hallway and the nostril-burning Axe body spray scent that came with it. I wish I could go back in time and tell all those young men that girls will not fling themselves at you just because you put a $5 perfume on your pits. But alas, I cannot, as I still use the perfume myself while swishing for the same outcome. Grade 8 was a pretty eventful part of our scripts, and we learned you had to study to stay alive, or else you would be one of those kids analyzing the herbs in our wonderful forest. We now were encouraged to write new avenues into our lives, as for the first time we could take classes we were truly interested in. Grade 8 was a significant moment of our lives, and then determined the way we would deal with the 4 years left in our high school tenure. Grade 9 through 11 was a blur, but every day at this establishment, something new and exciting was written into our scripts. Whether it was Mr. Nichols making fun of you and breaking the sound barrier on a daily basis, or Mr. Hussar trying to make wearing Lululemon pants cool for men. There are things you will always remember from Sutherland, and there are thousands of things that happen in the school that have shaped who you are at this very moment. This school helped you write new moments in your lives, and this school and the educators within it challenge you to strive for excellence every single day. As Mr. McGowan stated earlier, striving for excellence is the school motto. I know the jargon isn't as catchy as swag, duster, YOLO, or even the phrase tie ratty used often by Mr. Cicada. But it is something that has been present throughout your time here. Seriously, try to think where you would be right now without Thornhill teaching you how to wrap a breakfast burrito, without Miss Stone trying to help you solve all your problems, or even Mr. Pye teaching you the consequences of being late. This middle portion of your script has added so much to you as a person, and you don't even know it yet. Grade 12 is the part of the script where you try to find you and who you want to be. It is the first time you've been given full access to the pen that writes your scripts, and you have been encouraged to write the path you want to take. Well, it contains sleep outs, stress, getting out of class at 12:35, and watching boys become legends at certain aftergrads. Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It remains, right now, the single most important scene of your short script. The classes you took, the friends you made, all culminate in this final year. This is why it is stressed upon by teachers to work so hard and to pick classes you are interested in. Whether you love this part of your life life or hated every second of it, it remains a part of your life that you can draw on and help you write successes in the future. While this portion of the script may come to a final end at the Sugar Studios on Saturday night, the things you have learned here about yourself will remain forever. As this scene closes and the page flips, we approach the end of our script. The end of our script. Well, it isn't really the end. It's just the end of this script and the beginning of the next. It's the pages between throwing your caps in the air tonight and being 6 feet under a powdery substance in the urn. The blank pages in your script probably seem scary, and at times you may even seem unsure of what you're writing in your script, or may encounter writing blocks. Don't be scared though. I look at this class, and I see a generation capable of writing the brightest futures out there. I see people who will do things they love and will strive for excellence just like this school taught them. I see future Carleton-bred neurosurgeons and lawyers. I see a best buddy member who has put others before herself her whole life and is going to do great things in the field of social work. I see a kid who has worked hard his entire high school career and will do great things at UBC and as a future engineer. I see a red-headed writer on top of the New York Times bestseller list. I see a jiu-jitsu specialist at Rio 2016 wrapping the Maple Leaf. I see a freckled lass helping the needy in Rwanda. And if I look hard enough in the mirror, I see myself, a future Seattle Mariner in the MLB. These are just a few of a truly talented class with so much untapped potential. My mom and dad always told me one thing, and that's to try your best no matter what the result is, and you will be proud. So Sabres, I challenge you to write your own futures and to write them the way you want them to be written. Don't let anyone or anything stop you from getting what you want in this world, because you can grab it. Even if Duga is blocking your way, you can get around him. Try your best, and you will be proud, Sabres. I wholeheartedly believe that every single one of you can shine brighter than the last. Go out into this world and make a name for yourselves, this school, and this class. It has been an honor to know each and every one of you, and I can't wait to see how you change this world and write your next scenes. Roll credits.